Welcome back, friends. If you've ever dreamed of creating a garden so alive with earthworms that the soil practically moves, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a fascinating question I get asked all the time. When building a worm factory for the richest soil possible, should you feed it herbs or grass? At first glance, they might seem pretty similar. Both are plant matter, both are green, and both will eventually break down into compost. But here's the kicker. The nutritional profile, breakdown speed, and even the effect on worm health are vastly different depending on which you choose. Let's unpack this and see which option truly makes your worm factory thrive. Let's start with grass clippings, the material many gardeners instinctively reach for. Freshly cut grass is rich in nitrogen, which is an essential nutrient for both plants and soil microbes. When you add grass clippings to a worm bin, they break down quickly, generating warmth and attracting worms to the fresh organic matter. But here's the catch. Too much fresh grass at once can create a soggy, compacted mass that smells and lacks the airflow worms need to breathe. This can lead to anaerobic conditions, which worms hate and which can actually harm them if it's not managed well. Grass also tends to be a fast burn material. It decomposes rapidly, releasing its nutrients all at once, which isn't ideal if you're looking for a steady, slow-release food source for your worms over the long term. Now let's talk herbs. This is where things get interesting. Certain herbs, like basil, parsley, dill, and even borage, are not only nutrient-rich but also contain natural compounds that can improve soil health. When herbs break down, they release a more balanced blend of nutrients compared to grass, often with higher levels of trace minerals like magnesium, calcium, and potassium. These minerals aren't just great for your plants. They help maintain a healthier microbial community inside your worm bin. Herbs also tend to have a looser, less waterlogged texture as they break down, allowing for better airflow and reducing the risk of anaerobic pockets that can stress your worms. One thing I love about using herbs is that they can influence the microbial diversity in your compost. Many herbs have antibacterial or antifungal properties in their fresh state, but as they decompose, these properties mellow, and the plant matter becomes a buffet for a range of beneficial microbes. These microbes, in turn, become food for the worms, enriching the soil with a living network of life. Grass may offer a big nitrogen hit, but herbs tend to contribute more to the long-term quality and structure of your finished compost. Of course, the story doesn't end with just herbs are better or grass is better. In reality, the best worm factories thrive on diversity. Worms are like us. They prefer a varied diet. A mix of grass and herbs can balance the high nitrogen from grass with the mineral-rich, texture-friendly qualities of herbs. By combining the two, you can avoid the extremes. You won't have the soggy, overheating pile that pure grass can cause, and you'll still get the nutrient diversity that herbs provide. Think of it as giving your worms a balanced meal instead of just one food group. Another consideration is seasonality. In spring and summer, when grass clippings are abundant, it's easy to overload your bin with them. That's when herbs can come to the rescue, helping keep the texture airy and preventing compaction. In fall, when herb growth slows, you might lean more heavily on dried grass, or even incorporate other organic materials like shredded leaves or kitchen scraps. The flexibility to adjust your worm diet season by season is one of the keys to maintaining a healthy, active worm population year-round. Managing your worm factory is as much an art as it is a science. It's about paying attention, checking the moisture level, smelling for any signs of sourness, and watching your worm's activity. If they're lively and your bin smells earthy and fresh, you're on the right track. If they're sluggish or you notice unpleasant odors, it's time to rebalance the mix. Herbs can help sweeten a bin that's gone too heavy on wet greens, while grass can boost a bin that's gotten too dry or slow. Ultimately, whether you lean towards herbs, grass, or a combination of both, the goal is the same. Create the richest, most biologically active compost possible. Worms are incredible partners in this process, turning kitchen and garden waste into black gold that will feed your plants and build your soil for years to come. By understanding the unique qualities of the materials you feed them, you can fine-tune your worm factory for maximum results. So, what's my personal recommendation after years of experimenting? I go for a mix, roughly 2 parts herbs to 1 part grass. This ratio seems to give me the perfect balance of moisture, nutrition, and texture, keeping my worm bin humming along without issues. But every garden is different, and part of the fun is experimenting to see what your worms respond to best. Thanks for joining me today on this deep dive into what fuels the ultimate worm factory. If you found these tips helpful and want to learn even more about building healthy soil naturally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Your garden and your worms will thank you.